100 Meters is a brand new anime movie here in the UK at the time of this recording, directed by Kenji Iwaisawa. I knew nothing of this movie, but it has been getting rave reviews. Is it worth the rave reviews? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for spending your own time out to check out this movie review. I really appreciate it. And if you're brand new here, I love anime. I cover many anime movies that's at the cinema. Feel free to subscribe so you never miss a single one. 100 Meters, I never saw a single trailer before going into this, but I saw the poster, I saw anime on the big screen, so I thought, hey, I'm going to check it out. This is based on a story which involves a character called Togashi. He is essentially a superstar when it comes to the 100-meter race. No one can stop this guy. But there is a transfer student of Komiya. These two are going to start competing head-to-head, which leads to events years later where they're going to meet as rivals on the racetrack. Now, that plot synopsis I don't think is going to really entice a certain audience. This is about running. Running is not going to appeal to everyone. Now, so take that as you will. For me, I was pretty open on it because in 2014, I did the Great North Run, which is a half marathon here in the northeast of England. And I really tested myself, and that is a big accomplishment in my life. Now, by all means, it's nowhere near like 100 meters and how fast I could do that or how slow I could do that. I wouldn't have a clue. So I took this for what it was. And after coming out the cinema, as I say, I had a pretty good time with it. I went with a few friends as well, and everyone seemed to enjoy the movie. Now, no one came out of this and said, okay, that's a 5 out of 5 sort of movie, but my nephew definitely did say, okay, well, definitely did feel some tension-filled moments. And yeah, I would definitely agree with him. This movie does balance that fine line of having drama, of having tension, of having a passion of this sport, but also giving it a weight behind the story. The voice acting of Togashi is Ettore Matsuzuka, and we've also got Komiya, who is Shoto Sumitani. Of course, the big theme of running is prevalent. You're going to see a lot of races, which of course is what you're probably going to come for, but those races aren't just about running. Yes, of course, that is a primary focus, but also leads to a theme of life where you feel like you dedicate your time to something and you're going to be number one in that craft, or it is sort of all you really know. That also applies to this movie, but it applies to our characters in a different sentiment than one another's different journeys. So for example, Komiya's journey is to succeed, to be number one, but also to set records and win medals and competitions. Now, not saying that Togashi's aim isn't also that, but he does have a few different options in his career than just running. He also gets offered a job later down the line of being a coach. So he already has some options in his future of his dedication to this sport of running, but he also has other avenues where he can continue that love and passion, but in a different setting. I really like that messaging of 100 meters. This is telling you, okay, you know, put your mind to it, put your heart in it, put your soul into it, but sometimes maybe don't get too carried away with that. Leave yourself open, be vulnerable. If you don't win every single race, that is fine. You don't have to win every single race. And I think that is a big heartfelt theme of 100 meters that even you as an audience member, even if you don't like running, can take away and can appreciate what the movie is trying to say. But if you are an avid runner, if you are an enthusiast of the sport, then you're probably going to enjoy this movie a lot more, because this definitely touches on a lot of injuries, a lot of being first or second best, or maybe gaining a reputation in that field of being the best runner, or maybe forever second place, or actually, hey, you're not as good as this guy or that guy, and that competition kind of mindset is in here. Now, not just the story, but the animation's also really, really good. At times, the animation feels as if it's ripped straight out of the pages of a manga, and it's presented that way, especially in a particular running scene where it is pouring down with rain. But they also do test this with some 3D animation in sequences, but the animation isn't scared to take risks and go for different styles throughout, which I do appreciate that they try to do something a little bit different. I think the music and the soundtrack that is used is really well done. That helps to build up the tension-filled moment, but it's also really cool. It's toe-tapping, and I really enjoyed it. Now, if you're wondering, okay, well, what are the negatives? You know, what stops this from being a 5-star movie? Well, I think for me, firstly, is the theme of running. I'm not a passionate, avid runner, so I couldn't fully relate with the movie in terms of that. There's elements about the story, without touching on spoilers, that held it back for me emotionally. I didn't fully emotionally connect with the subject matter, but I didn't also fully connect emotionally with the storytelling aspect. I wanted a little bit more from 100 meters, and I wish it did deliver that. But with those negatives, it's not a massive painstaking to the point where this movie really falters or anything like that at all, because I do recommend seeing it if you have a chance to see it on the big screen. And for that, I would give it a score of 3.5 stars out of 5. But have you seen 100 meters? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section. And in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, well, click over here, have yourself a bit of a deep dive, and I'll see you guys in the next one.